Hello everyone. Today in this video, on this spoken English class from the grammar tenses, we have just two to learn past tense, past simple tense and past continuous tense. So in learning this, we'll just start with the past simple tense. And again, it is very important that we know its helping verbs. For a past simple tense, in every verb, most of the times you end with ed, right? Worked, got, went, etc. Okay, let me leave this question to you once more. It's a practical question. So when does the past simple action take place? Okay. So I have given here just the two lines about the past simple tense. So when we want to indicate that something happened at a specific time in the past, we use the past simple. Hope you remember the difference, as I have explained the differences between present perfect tense and the past simple tense. Present perfect tense also has to do with the finishing, but the action is still continuing, or the action is still exists, whereas the past simple also talks about the finishing, but it is nothing to do with the present actions. Okay, so past symbols will show the finishing, already finishing along with the time. Okay, so it is the different. The past symbol is again the difference from the past, the present perfect tense. Although it is both shows about the finishing, but the past symbols is clearly declare. Will clearly show the finishing. Okay, there's nothing connections with the present action. So and so whenever you make a sentence, make sure you show the time also. Let us say I came here. So if I say to you I came here, surely you will even like to know what time did you arrive, what time did I arrive or come. So you may be asking that what time did you come then? Okay, so I came here at 6 o'clock this morning, right? So something like that for the past simple tense. So remember, past simple is often to end to it, or any verbs, any word that ends with ed. Okay, so this past simple tense, we should know this also has a regular verbs and irregular verbs. Okay, so let us say I have just one sentence here. This morning I brushed my teeth. So I brushed my teeth. Okay, fine. Brushed is the action, and where the time is again also given here, morning, right? So this way we make for the past simple a sentence. Okay, a sentence for the past symbols. Okay, so irregular verbs where ends with like this: began, fell, left, sold, broke, found, like that. And also spelling. There are many differences way of spelled for the past symbols. End with sometimes whichever the word ends with a y. Then for the past it is IED. We have to replace IED in the place of y. Tried, studied, studied, copy, copied. So this way we learn, or we do for the past simple tense. So let us see a few examples. Derry worked in a bank from 1986 to 1993. Yesterday it rained all morning. It stopped at lunchtime. So yesterday shows that it's all about the time that happened yesterday. What happened? Rain. Okay, so that was nothing. I usually get up early, but this morning I got up at 9:30. So again, showing the time. So it's very important that we whenever we talk or speak or write about the past symbol, we mention the time, so that makes more sense, or complete sense is given there. Relates to that, I'll be explaining at a later point of time. Jim, okay, let us see the last sentence. Jim came into the room, took off his coat, and sat down. Okay, so hope it is clear. Positive, negative, and question forms. This past simple tense also has. Okay, so I watched television yesterday. Affirmative sentence or positive sentence. I did not watch television yesterday. Negative form. And the question is, did I or did you watch television yesterday? And what time did I or what time did you watch television or TV yesterday? My parents had a good holiday, right? My parents did not have a good holiday. So negative, that is a negative form. Or did your parents have a good holiday? Okay, so that is how they, and we have now in past continuous tense. Okay, so far we have just finished, or I have finished explaining about the past simple tense, that you must know where any words, any words end with ed, or it also has a regular or irregular verb, so you must know that. And also other spelling, like give any word end with y, then replace with ied. So make sure that you know them perfectly whenever you form any sentence of past simple tense. And other is with a sentence which has a positive, negative, and question form. So in doing this past simple sentence of a negative and a question form, did, did. Okay, did is where used in most places. Okay, now we are in past continuous tense. So in this, again, helping verbs, again, this is the key, that without the key you cannot open the door, something like that. So was, where plus ing form is the key words or helping words, okay, for the past continuous tense. So what is all about the past continuous tense? It is nothing but any action that happened some times ago, but the action that continues in that particular point of time. That's what it means. Okay, it's already happened, but in that particular time, some kind of the particular action was continuously happen. So that it's what it means. So a few examples here. I was working at 10:30 last night. Okay, so a few examples here. Let us see. What were you doing at 11:30 yesterday? Were you working? I wasn't. Okay, it wasn't rain when it went. So like this, even like past the symbol, even for past continuous also, we use the time. So but keep in mind, mention the time only in it. Not that always you have to mention the time, only when you need. Think, for example, I asked you something that what did you have for breakfast? I know you must have eaten it according to the time. So in that, when I ask that, I wouldn't need of the time that you want me to tell, if there's only the exceptional case, right? So I'm just asking, what time did you have for breakfast? Okay, I mean, what did you have for breakfast? So you just tell me the breakfast, or what you had, not the time. So you don't need to mention the time in that. So it is not that whenever you make any past simple sentence or past continuous sentence, you must mention the time. No, it is only when it needs. So it all depends again on the context that you are asking or telling. Okay, so past continuous was, where was ing form, and past simple tense. Okay, so we are going to see these two together forming sentence. Okay, so which I have just shown you here is all about when the past continuous action is taking place and something interrupts. Okay, so that is, so this statement is all about it. Okay, so by this example, I hope you understand of what it says above. Okay, Jack was reading a book before the phone rang, but he stopped reading and answered the phone. So which means Jack was just reading. On the process of his reading, something was it was interrupted, or he was interrupted by ringing phones. That's what it means. So that way we form the sentences with the present, past continuous, and past simple tense. It is not necessarily that whenever you make a sentence like this, past simple and past continuous, it should be always in past continuous. No, start with the past continuous. No, it can be any. Either you start with the past simples and end with the past continuous, or start with the past continuous and ends with the past simples. But don't mess up with other tense. Okay, don't mess up with the present perfect or present tense, present simples, like that. So when you make the forms, when you make a sentence, it should be like this: present, past continuous and past simple, or past simples and past continuous. Okay, let us see a few more examples. Here example say when Jack, okay, when Jack was playing a football, let us say even, or we can still add, when Jack was playing football yesterday, his father called him. Hope this is clear enough. It was raining when we went out. Okay, so Jenny fell asleep while she was reading. Okay, so I think this is all clear enough that how you make the sentence. Now okay, he was shaving his beard when the doorbell rang. So when the doorbell was ringing, or in other words, by the time when he was shaving, in the process of shaving, the bell rang. That's all. So when the action was on the process, that's why you call it as a continuing or progressive action. Something interrupts. Okay, so that is what it means. So I have few here with the pictures. Let us try. Interrupted action in the past. While she was, see first picture, look at the first image. While she was reading a magazine in her office, her colleague came into the room, into the door. Okay, colleague came into the door. Okay, so and we have down here while the girls, okay, we did in bracket study and blank the bell blank ring. So the sentence should be while the girls were studying, the bell rang. Okay, while Tom and Mary were talking, the cars crashed. Okay, same way we even follow for this too. While the little boy was swinging, okay, on a rocking horse, his mom came. So let me not go everything, but this is the pattern we do, or in this way we do. Here in the box we have verbs given here, and we have to fill it here. Actually here, let me just try this too. He, okay, he blanked his emails when she blanked him. So I think it should be he answered, he was answering his emails when she it should be saw him. Okay, so that would be more appropriate, okay, or correct way. She, okay, let match it. Okay, she, okay, she was lifting, okay, she was hurting, right? She was, okay, hurting her back when she lifted her box, lifted a box, or otherwise she hurt her back. Okay, she hurt, the past tense, she hurt her back while she was lifting a box, like that. Okay, so similar way you can try on to that. So let me give a summary of overall what we have learned. In past simple, don't forget that whenever you make a sentence, you mentioned time, specific time, but only in needed. Okay, the regular and irregular verbs are there, and this also, whenever any of past simple sentence also has positive, negative, and question forms. And past continuous, again, this also has same of this time giving in the sentence. Okay, so continuing action takes place in particular point of time, and we also have learned that in a continuing action, interruption or something interrupts upon the or against the action also takes place in this. So that is particularly when we form together past simple and past continuous sentence. So don't forget the helping verbs was, were, plus ing form. Okay, and even the past continuous or past continuous sentence also can have positive, negative, and question form as well. Whereas I was going to, I'm playing. Am I playing? Okay, that is question form. I am not playing. Okay. So like that you can still have for the past continuous. So it is very important on daily use English, particularly in communicating, that past simple and past continuous, when you talk about the past things, whichever things that already happened, don't connect with the present. Okay, you may say 10 years ago. Don't try to say from now, something like that, but it is something like a present perfect, but keep aside, I mean keep this only for the present, I mean the past symbols. Okay, past tense. Okay, ago when you use. Okay, I'm just pointing out that, right? So past simple and past continuous Also very important. Almost we use in every day. Almost, yeah. This one every day we use this even tense also. So use that correctly. How you form with the past simple and past continuous. Don't mess up with the other tense. So that's just to remind you that interrupted action in the past or your past and past continuous. So thank you. Hope you have learned something else from this too.